just for the plain fact that, you know, if I'm using something like this, I am generally doing something like this. Might be grading a driveway. But I need to kind of level my driveway out, so we'll drive on one side because it's crowned pretty good. Got a little bit of gravel here. It's going to bring up for sure because I just put that on there. That wasn't bad. Just cutting light with it. I don't have it like, you know, dropped all the way down. I've got it kind of skimming, if you will. Even though it doesn't look like it's skimming there, but it is. Let's drag it over here because I need some material over there. Pick her up and we'll go back up. Grab some from over here. Seeing if I had a grader scraper, it would actually roll over the back blade there, and it actually does pretty well grading driveways. They do pretty well. You don't pull so much material with you. It works a lot quicker and a lot less movement up here in the tractor. I had some lows and highs and stuff in the driveway I was going to try to fix anyways. I just hadn't gotten to it yet. So this will be a good little test of the box blade, I guess. Up here cussing at me. She hates it when I touch the driveway. She doesn't like the loose gravel, but sometimes it just has to happen. Just call my buddy and have him bring me over a load of rock and run over the top of this. That would not upset me at all. He can carry a lot more material than I can, and I don't have the time today to mess with it. Alright, well that's not half bad. sides there. I'd like to have that material over there. My crown in it because my driveway is actually wide enough. I can almost be on each side of it. I can almost be on each side of the crown basically. So I'm actually keeping a crown in it. I don't really like a flat driveway. Some people do. I try not to do them, but some people want that thing as flat as can be. I need to bring a little material down there. I've got a little bit of rock up there. I'm kind of a fan of these asphalt millings, I'm telling you. I've got kind of a mix in here right now. I don't have all millings, obviously. I'm gonna be out here working on my road now. Sometimes the county is a little lacking on road maintenance out here on our road. I haven't had a grader or anything like this on the back of my tractor in quite a while. I went a long time without even having a tractor. Just kind of trying to skim just a little bit. And this isn't a tutorial about how to do this at all. I don't want to try to teach you guys how to run a box blade. It's more feel, or it's more feel than anything. Just kind of run it, see what happens, and change up a little bit of what you're doing and see what happens, and you'll get it. It's not a difficult task. And like I said, if you do a lot of driveways, you might look into getting a grader scraper or a land plane or whatever. Usually they call them grader scrapers on tractors, or a land leveler. It's got the two diagonal blades in it. They work pretty good for grading driveways. I mean, you'll go up and down it, and you really don't even need to know what the heck you're doing, and you'll do a really good job on a driveway. Box blade's a little more finicky. You got to play with it a little more. You can carry way too much rock really quick. I'm doing super small movements here. Let's go back up here. I want to do that one or two times. I want to turn you guys around here, let you see what we're doing ahead of us. You ought to be pretty good right there, maybe. I don't know. You're on my 8, so I can't quite tell what you guys are seeing. Hang on a second. Let me get backed up here. I'm going to make one big sweep. Well, maybe just a little bit more, probably about like that. What do you think about that? You like that? If I can get it to stay there. All right, let's try that. Okay. A little bit of this. I want to kind of bring this transition over here. A little low. Like I said, I've got some rock up down here that I could run down here as well, but I got a lot of rock in my driveway, and I kind of need to get this leveled out before we do anything else. Well, you can't see anything there besides behind us in a weird way. I look up and the camera's all flipped up. What'd you guys do? You just wanted to look behind us? I mean, it's one way to do it. See, you could, and nothing really shows up in camera. It's hard to get video and stuff like this, but the road does have a crown in it, the driveway. It does have a pretty good crown in it. I've always left a crown in it. I have to sit here and watch the camera as well. That's not my normal mount for the tractor. So, put a little bit of this down here, and we'll start looking up a little bit there. Pay attention to where you're going. There's just kind of a weird little low spot right here. So maybe we'll low spot there, there's a high spot there, just felt it with the tractor. So what we'll do is we'll just get off the road. My driveway's about 12.5 to 15 feet wide. It's got road fabric under it. Put road fabric under it and you will save yourself a lot of rock. A whole lot of rock. Sure that I am not good enough to go get rock out of my rock pile with a box blade and run it over here and carry it all the way around. I'm quite certain that I cannot do that. Now, could I used to do that in the day when I ran a tractor every day? Probably. But I'm telling you, I haven't been in one in quite a while, and I probably better not try to do that. I mean, I've been in a tractor, but not great, and not running a box blade and stuff like that. So I do have a little bit of material here that I can smooth out. I'm trying to take, there's just a little spot, that little black spot up there on the turn. There's just a little bit right there. Oh, I'm grabbing too much behind me because I'm trying to talk and point. See if we can some of this down here, start dropping there. Very, very small movements. That felt better. I don't know, that looks pretty good. I guess I spilled off a little wide there on my driveway. Need a little more height here, but then I need to backfill. But what I'm gonna do this spring, I need to recut this ditch going up along my driveway. I think we finally have our pond fixed-ish, so I'm gonna recut this ditch here, because you can tell when we built the pond, it kind of sloughed off down there. There's a ditch over there that I reworked at one point in time, and we kind of moved the driveway. You know, we moved the driveway a little bit, and anyway, so I need to recut the ditch. That's on the agenda for in the spring. And then we'll get everything backfilled along the driveway and get the driveway reset and stuff like that. This driveway's been in for about 5 years. Haven't touched it. I mean, I might have skimmed across it once or twice with the skid loader maybe. But other than that, I have not bladed it with a tractor. I've put rock on it one time since I built it. And I just haven't had to touch it, which is kind of nice. But it needs some attention, like this. I mean, this is actually helping. It may look like a mess on camera. Sometimes stuff looks really good on camera, sometimes it doesn't. But it actually looks really good in person. You also have to take my word for it, I guess. I'm going to do a no-no and cross here again. I'm going to take some of this material because I want to build this side up, but I don't want to mess up my crown there. Make that flat. Now, if I had a grader scraper on the back of this, we'd be done already. Honestly, I mean, they're a little more money than a box blade. Depending on the brand, sometimes they're a lot more money. They might be double the money, but they are probably 3 times as efficient. I'd literally be done already, guaranteed, even not running one for a while. It's funny how you don't do something for a little bit and it takes a minute to get your feet wet again. Now I'm going to run across a little heavy across my crown here. I'm trying to blend this a little better over here. That spill off. I'm going to run back up here. See what it looks like first. That crown was kind of moving a little bit. You guys probably won't see that crown now because the rock's all different colors, but there's the crown here. Well, that did pretty good on it. That did pretty good there. I think one more pass up on that other side, going back up, and we're probably in a lot better shape than what we were. I did have a little bit of flare out up there. I might take the skid loader out and push some rock back. It'll be alright. Because I may actually clear the driveway over there. Over here a little more, or if I cut, I want to cut on this side, not that side. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if I can leave this here and take it back up with me. Oh, too far up. Yeah, I could probably take it. Do a whole series and everything on, I don't know, maybe I might have to show you guys how to do some box blading. For a long time, this is all I had was a tractor and box blade and grader and a rear blade, and I didn't have a skid loader. I started doing tractor work. That's where I started in my business. Is I started actually running tractors, so got a little bit of experience. Somebody asked me the other day how old I was, and I couldn't remember. I had to do the math. Well, yeah, I was spinning around. I had to do the math. I'm 47 years old, but I started doing this stuff. I started my business when I was 17, so I've got 30 years experience, at least, doing most of the things that I do. I don't know if, you know, some of you guys can pick up a couple tricks or something even. I think that'd be kind of nice. Now I'm just kind of playing around, to be honest with you, just trying to tweak and all that. But anyways, the box blade's holding up. I mean, it's not cutting hard, but some of these cheap box blades, you can fold them up I'm sure I could probably fold it up if I grab something real hard and all that. I might be able to bend it, but we'll try not to do that. Like I said, we're doing a little grading like this, cleaning up a driveway. You know, if I had the tractor on a job site, putting a road in, you know, I might grade out the road and stuff like that, get a little more compaction with the tires than you would, you know, a track machine. Track machine, you more consolidate than anything. They're really not compacting. But that looks nice. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but that looks pretty good. Just kind of skim coating now, picking up the crumbles, the little windrow, stuff like that. A real light pass will help kind of knock down that windrow. I've got just a little material up here on the front approach that's left over from where I took some up the hill. So I'll kind of clean up the approach there and all that. But trying to get the windrow out so my wife is happy. Most of it there. Take some over here. You guys go right there. See if I can hit it just right. Leave it right there. One more shot. Almost. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. I probably should leave it alone, but really grabbed a big chunk. Alright guys, well, that's it. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm going to leave it as it sits. So I think it looks pretty good.